Premier League is back, and we've got it all covered here on Leicester Till I Die TV. Subscribe.
Hello, fellow Fox fans. How the devil are we? Yes, it's Wednesday. It's prediction night. You know, I keep watching that every time I do this show. I play that at the start because I want to see whether Zaha falls over one week, because it always stands on the one leg, and I wish somebody would go up and just like push him from behind so he falls over. How are we doing? I've got to start, if you just bear with me, guys, because tonight I've got to start with some really, really, really bad news. I don't know if you've heard it in the news, but there's been a bit of a disaster in London, and they've had to use the Thames flood barrier for the first time in a few years. And apparently it's all the Arsenal fans crying into the soup over not getting James Maddison. Arsenal, you blew it. This is the prediction show. It's Leicester Till I Die TV. Good evening.
Are you ready? I'm saying, are you ready?
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
Hi everybody, Jerry Taggart here. Now be sure to watch Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV by subscribing on YouTube and following them on social media for all the latest Leicester City news and information. Come on, you foxes!
Strap yourself in,
because we're set up, switched on and ready to go.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
Brad, Maisey, good evening. Welcome along.
Good evening, mate.
Hey.
Hello. That is Maisey there behind the little white dot. And there's no truth in the rumour that she won't show her face because she's a Man United fan. But there
Man United fans don't hide their faces; they're very open.
We will see at the end of the season. Brad, first of all, looks like James Maddison is not going to Arsenal.
He never bloody was. I don't know where they could get it from. They can't afford to get his name printed on their shirts, let alone the 70 million that he was going to cost to even sit him down. The fact that they've gone for Odegaard, which I think is good for Arsenal, in all serious and joking aside, he did well for them. It's 30 million. And to be honest with you, for a mid-table side, he's probably where he can develop and grow them into a European conference side next season. Who knows? Might be looking up from Arsenal, might move from 8th to 7th for that sort of player. But they're never getting Maddison. It was just their own fan bases and doing it. I mean, I told a few to get a new hobby, and hopefully they will now. But they moved it on to Brendan Rodgers again. Get a new hobby, Arsenal pages.
They've got to rip down all those posters they've got on the wall. You know, it's
yeah, that Photoshop that they paid $4.99 for to put Maddison and Arsenal short. Embarrassing.
Maisey, you've got your own channel now. Give it a shout out. How can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube. It's Devils United. I post like Man United content, but I can also post about other football teams and also like question and answers. I do it about twice a week, so just tune in anytime I'm on.
And the link is in the description below on YouTube. Dan James, he played, I believe, last weekend for you. Rumours won't go away about Leicester. Do you think he'd be good for Leicester, or would you not want him to go?
You can have him if you want.
Oh, that good, is he? That good.
I feel like maybe he may do well under Hughes. For us, he's more of that rotational player where he only really suits certain matches, or if, for example, we need a bit of pace on the second half or something. And it's not really for him, fair really for him to have that odd minute here, there, everywhere at United, and he should really go to a team where he's going to get them actual minutes. And like you say, he can play on the left, he can play on the right, so it's quite all right for your team. And if, for example, obviously Harvey Barnes gets injured, you've obviously got that replacement in Dan James.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I actually fancy him coming to the club of one of the options, and depending what we can get him for, I think we might even just get him on a season's loan. Who knows? But Brad, back to you. This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Like I say, get us on Facebook, Leicester Till I Die, the group. You can get us on Twitter at Leicester TID. And on YouTube, we are I think about 65 are fitting the 1K mark. So please get subscribing if you go onto YouTube, Leicester Till I Die TV. Go on there and twiddle me knobs and get subscribing to me. It is the prediction show. And we do actually now have our own prediction league, don't we, Brad?
Yeah, we do. It's just need to go to the longball.net, and it's open to everyone. It's not just particularly Leicester fans. So I know this channel's based on it, but I'm sure with the guests we've got on, like Maisey today, if you're watching it through there and you want to join, all you've got to do is simple sign up. It's an email, username, password, and then you get a confirmation email. And all you've got to do is just drop your username down in the comments below, or if you want Chris and mine's Twitter handle, you can let us know via Twitter. And if you're part of the Leicester Till I Die Facebook group, you can let us know there. Obviously, if you're not, make sure you leave your username down below, and you'll get added to that. I think we're up to 7 members. I think we've got a few more that are pending today. So the group's going along nicely. And it carries over your score if you've already signed up. So don't worry if you've already signed up and you're thinking, I'm already behind the ball. It's all for a bit of fun and games. We're just wanting to get people involved. So, yeah, it's just sign up at www.thelongball.net. You'll be using a site that's used by a legend in Ian Marshall. He's already in our league as well. Me and you are in it, Chris, as long as a few others. And, yeah, it's just like Super 6 if anyone's got any queries. And obviously check the video out that we did yesterday about it if you want more details, going into a bit more detail about it. But yeah, it's exciting. Maisey, if it's something you're interested in, if it's something you like to do, definitely I recommend just going on it and let us know, and we'll get you involved in it, because it's just fun for.
Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely sign up to that after this stream today.
It's quite good because we said this yesterday, didn't we, Brad? For predictions, I haven't got time to do fantasy leagues and worry about, am I dropping that player? Because I'm one of these that, I put Vardy in, let's say. He doesn't score, so I drop him for somebody else. And then he goes and gets a hat-trick, and it ends up taking over my life. But this is very good. And like I say, if you're having trouble signing up to our league, I'm sort of obviously at Leicester TID on Twitter. Brad, what are you on Twitter?
I am at full-time focus. Yeah, I stored it this time. I'm at full-time focus. Yeah, the reason you might be struggling to find it is this is the new startup thing. Like I said, they haven't got it into an application format yet. It's not available on the stores or on either networks. So what it is it's just a case of you let me know your name. If you're in a league and you add me to it, I can collectively send an invite to the whole entire league, created one yourself. It's just because their joining option, they're just still working out the kinks. I'm sure eventually they'll line that out, but just for now, let us know your usernames once you've set it up. Chris will pass on any messages that I don't get, and you'll be added to it. And like I said, from what I've seen from people that have joined, their scores have carried over from what they've earned from the first week.
Somebody says there, long ball is brilliant. It is, and I mean, I did mine yesterday for week 2, and I forgot to put any bankers on. and it
Go back and do it,
reminds you
mate.
that you need to do that, and I can go and change it if suddenly somebody gets injured. I can go and make a change to the score.
Yeah, definitely. Remember to use your bankers because they give you an extra point. It gives you bonus points for getting it right, and you still get a point or two even if you don't get the score right. You get more points for banking on that result. So
even Facebook user can do it, he says, and I don't know.
I know, right? Facebook user can do it. No, everybody can.
Yeah, and Facebook user, I'm not using that next post at all. So you've got 3 of them, have you?
Yeah, you get 3 of them.
I guess they all play for Arsenal.
Yeah.
And you're not even put your name to it, so I can't even say who you are. But I'll go back onto Facebook after and check you out. You can't beat a good banker. I tell you what, the only thing that beats a good banker is a good fisherman's friend. And he was. I'm still had to get him back because my throat's still not brilliant. Maisey, have you ever sucked on a fisherman's friend?
What? No.
Oh, it was lovely having you on, Maisey. I'm sure we'll be able to talk you on again after Chris's antics. Thank you for coming on. Please be nice.
I have seen.
I'm always nice. Always nice.
Yes. Oh, I'm not talking to you that statement. I'm talking to the father time of the group, the Lord and Maker of it. This channel.
It's a bad influence.
Don't you come across as saying you're young and innocent. Remember, we've seen around your bedroom.
Yeah, I know, right? That's a different video. Told you not to put that on this channel. Told you about that.
So how is the key ring?
I can't do that. Still getting fixed, mate.
Hey, haven't we all, Peter? It's Peter Hydes, and haven't we all, mate? Haven't we all? Anyway, this is the prediction show. I predict that we're going to be
not the advertisement of Fisherman Friends.
Other throat lozenges are available. This is what happened last week. So each week we have a guest presenter on with us. Maisey's very kindly come on and agreed to do it today. And please don't forget, she's just started a channel up, Devils United TV on YouTube. Please go on, give that a sub, and let's give her a bit of a good start, guys. She's a great laugh, and she's been on this show quite a few times. But this is what happened last week. Funnily enough, nobody went for an Arsenal win, and we go. I didn't expect them to get to actually Brentford to win, but Brad and guest who was Dan last week did. We went for a Man United win, Maisey, and it was a good one for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was quite a good win, that Man United win. I feel like seeing Varane, his announcement on top of that, just give me goosebumps, and it just pumped me up, ready for the game, and just like I'm still thinking of that game right now, just in happiness.
You still will be probably at the end of the season because that might be your biggest win. Oh, they said that you got Southampton at the weekend, so
we've actually got quite a few easy teams. I think our hard opponents are all in October. Like I think we've got Liverpool, City, and Spurs in 1 month,
and Leicester probably.
I'm not too sure when actually we play, but I don't want to have a repeat performance when we played that 4 game in 1 week and you played the kids and won.
Yeah. The problem was, Maisey, that we actually struggled to beat you at the first half. So
we do play in October. 16th of October we play.
Really? It is a tough month for you then. Ant's just asking here, when is Arsenal announcing Madison?
They're going to announce it on their Football Manager playing career, mate. That's the only time they're signing Madison.
Terry, hello, mate. Terry's joined the prediction league. He's here to get some inside information.
I got his notification. He's in. He's definitely in the league.
Look at the results from last week, Terry. You won't. Nippon. What you do? Oh, this is so. Fair enough, Nip, and it's an excellent point. Let's all take a moment and laugh at Arsenal. Nip and Sharman, check his channel out as well. He's a Chelsea channel, but he's a good laugh. Burnley, Brighton. None of us got that. Chelsea, Crystal Palace. Well, we all went for that. Everton, Southampton. I've got to say, only I got that one right. Wolves, Leicester, we all got that right. Although it was harder than we planned, I think, wasn't it, Brad?
Just a bit, but my old man says I hate going to the King Power, and it wasn't a slur at our stadium. It was more the fact that the last 3 or 4 times they've come to our stadium, it's either been VAR or a penalty or something to stop them from scoring. He doesn't have fond memories of that, but he also reminds me of the 2 times they beat us 4-3. So
we should point out your dad is a Wolves fan. Your dad is a Wolves fan.
Yeah, he brought that up, and we're not talking now.
None of us picked Watford to beat Villa. We all guessed that Liverpool would probably stuff Norwich, and then Sunday was just a waste of time. West Ham United, Newcastle. I mean, they just once they stepped up a gear. West Ham and Spurs, Man City. I mean, Maisey. I mean, do you think Man City have kept the receipt?
They probably want it and want it refunded. They probably think, why didn't we wait for Messi?
Exactly. Or Maddison, for that matter. They could have got Maddison, or if they'd known Arsenal were interested.
That's probably what put them off. It's probably smart to buy Arsenal. They don't want to go into a bigger club, so it's made him seem like a lesser player.
Can I just say, we've got to say welcome to the one Arsenal fan that I do know is not deluded, and she says it as it is. And again, in the middle of a rebrand on her channel. Good evening, Miss Melina. If you're actually into fantasy football, that's the channel. She does so much on fantasy football and points and who to swap for. She's rebranding the channel at the moment, but go over to Miss Melina, and it's a great channel if you're into fantasy football. So, Maisey, this is what you've got to do, you see, is we don't actually go for the actual scores because when none of us are that good. I
like that, the boldness of it. We're crap at predicting the scores.
Yes, totally. But let's have a look then, Maisey. We're going to you first, ladies first.
Oh, lovely. I thought you would have picked yourself first.
Oh, I know whenever you think of Leicester, you think of first, but not.
No, I just think of fifth.
Oh, right. Get her off, Chris. Come on. It's all right, yes. No, that's it. I'm glad we beat the FA Cup now. I wasn't going to bring that up, but
it doesn't matter. You can have the FA Cup. We've got plenty.
By the way, I can send you a video, Maisey, if you want, just to showing how it is possible to beat Villarreal.
It's only a friendly, Chris. And
we can also
have you seen the price?
A match is a match,
Have you seen the price of that? What happened with that friendly? You lost a key player.
Yeah, we did, but we also within a week we'd gone out of. We didn't do sort of like a Sancho and take 2 years to buy a player. 7 days with one player got injured. 7-8 days later, his replacement's through the door, signed, ready to play. I mean, Sancho,
it might be
2
more.
years.
You know what, Chris? It might be more helpful to send her a video of how you beat Seville in European competitions, because we know how to do that, don't we, mate? Leicester, they know how to beat Seville.
We do indeed. Cullen, don't bite. Who am I biting? Cullen, you said you'd never tell. That was between us,
Melina, I don't think I want to know.
No,
don't. Melina.
Don't. Right, let's have a look. Liverpool, Burnley, Maisey.
Go on. I'm going to go with the draw.
You've gone very muffly.
Oh, I don't know why.
You're not using that key ring, are you?
Is this better?
That's better. That's
okay.
better.
I'm going to go with a draw.
Really?
Ooh, interesting. I like that.
Controversial to start with. What makes you think it'll be a draw?
Burnley always park the bus, and even though Liverpool was at one of the worst points at time when they lost against Burnley, I feel like maybe perhaps they're not gonna put like the A game like what they do against another team. So I have a feeling Burnley might actually just park the bus the whole game. Liverpool will just try and attack, but won't be able to get that get the final third done. So I reckon it's going to be a draw. I feel like it's going to be like a 0-0 draw, to be honest.
I remember that game last season. Oh, what was that?
That's echo from Maisey's end.
I don't know why it keeps echoing. It's really weird.
Whatever man you got in your bedroom, tell him to be quiet for half an hour. I remember the game last year when Liverpool played Newcastle, and literally they must have had about 30 shots on in the first half, and they ended up drawing the game. So I can definitely see where you're coming from. But for me, if it was at Burnley, I must admit I would probably go, yes, it might be a draw. But I've got to go Liverpool at Anfield. So I'm going to go for the Liverpool win. What about you, Brad?
I mean, Maisey makes a good point. And Burnley, I believe, were the team that broke the record that Liverpool set for most games unbeaten. And they went on an incredible, ridiculous run of not losing at home. And if I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Burnley were the side that brought that to an end they beat them 1-0.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did at home, and it was by a penalty win, like because they had a penalty, Burnley, and I think they scored it on like the 70th or 80th minute.
Yeah, I mean, it's an argument. My head says to go one way. I'm kind of hoping the guest is right on this in a sneaky way. You won't hear me say that too many times, but I am going to go with Liverpool win because I think they're still really, and you can tell by the way their own media are going about it, they're really living off the fact that they've got Virgil van Dijk back in the back line. And I think that is giving them a major boost, wanting to pressure the top of keep up with the top for this season and not have a season like last season. The pressure's on them. I'm just going to go with my gut and say Liverpool. But I actually do hope that the guest picks up the point on that one. I'm not going to lie with what she said.
Well, imagine if actually it is right and it is a draw.
I'll be texting you. I'll be messaging you, Maisey, for my predictions for next week. If that's the case.
Right. Maisey, back to you. Newcastle lost quite spectacularly after being in front against who did they play last week? Newcastle.
West Ham.
That's it. Claret and Blue again, this time away to Villa, who shockingly lost to Watford, and that was a surprise. Which way can you see this one going?
It's an hard one, to be honest. I feel like it's still going to be an Aston Villa win for me. Just because they do have some quality players, and I feel like maybe with that last game, it was just more of that trying to get the team together, knowing that it was they've got quite a few signings. I feel like it's going to be an Aston Villa win. To be honest, I don't really favour Newcastle to win against many teams, to be fair. So,
Brad, would you go along with Maisey again on this one?
Yeah, to be fair, I think we saw on that run that West Ham went at the end of last season, they concede but score a lot with the way Moyes has got them playing with the players he's got there. And I think I think realistically, that's the only way Newcastle can get any goals this season if a team lets them attack the way it does. I don't see Villa doing that after the shot win. It's at Villa Park. I just see Villa winning. I just see them winning. So yeah, Aston Villa for me.
I'm torn with this one because, again, I agree quite heavily here with Maisey that I think Newcastle are going to be there or thereabouts when it comes to bottom three this season. The thing is, they've signed Joe Willock now, haven't they? I don't know that he played at the weekend, but they've now signed Joe Willock, and it's the Villa post Jack Grealish that I just don't know. Yes, they've made some good signings, but look at last season. They were having a great season until Grealish got injured, and then suddenly the wheels came off the wagon. And I don't think they won one, or maybe just the odd one, without. I'm actually going to agree and say good evening to Scott. Scott's gone for a draw, Villa and Newcastle. And I think I am going to do the same. Because I just don't think Villa... I think they're going to have to settle, and they're just going to have to find what they missed when they haven't got Jack Grealish. So for me, I'm afraid... that one is going to be a draw. But I must admit, and I'm looking against Newcastle fans personally, and I love the strip this season when we did the shit strip show. But I just wish Newcastle would go down. I hate these teams that just always just happen to stay up by the skin of the teeth. Wigan did it for years. It's like, oh God, it's so annoying. Go down and give somebody else a chance, But
I agree with you there. I can't wait till they get relegated. If they get relegated, I feel like Steve Bruce has always got that little bit of luck at the back of him, and that just keeps him up.
Yeah,
I think it reminds me of when Sunderland were the same. Do you remember when they kept staying up and staying up and staying up, and everyone's like, "Give it a rest, just give it." And now look at them. So,
no, totally agree. My surprise package for next season, and I've so far, it's only been one game on, but I'm so far been vindicated because I think out of the three that have come up, I do think there's always one surprise package. We saw it even when Blackpool came up that time. They were top for a couple of weeks, and Sheffield United, their first season up, Hull, their first season up. And Brentford, I think, are going to be that surprise package out of the three. I never saw that Arsenal result coming. I've got to be totally honest with you. And I think had James Maddison been watching that, he'd have probably been on the phone to Brendan saying, "Tell him I'm not going. Just tell him I'm not going." Palace, I got them down for going down this season. I don't think Vieira, he's lost a lot of players, and he's not replaced them. So a one-man team almost with Zaha, and I just think with his naivety as the manager in the Premier League at a team like Palace, I can see them going down. So I can't see past, for me, a Brentford win on this one, and that's what I'm going to go for. Brad?
it's Crystal Palace at home. Right, to make that decision. This is one of them games. They've just picked up an amazing 3 points against Arsenal in the opening game of the season. A very comfortable win, if we really think about the game and how it played out. It wasn't hard for Brentford at all in the longevity of the game. But come up against a tougher London side this time that might actually give them a challenge away from home. I think whilst Arsenal will be hoping that fellow relegation strugglers will give them a hand and also lose, I actually think this is where Brentford will play it smart. There's been a lot of praise to keep on Brentford of how they do things, how they go about, not just in the transfer market, but what is it, Frank Thomas or whatever the manager's name is? I might be saying it the wrong way around.
Frank, I think it's Thomas Frank.
I know it doesn't sound right that way. That's why my brain keeps saying that one. But
can I just actually at that point, it took me a few months to get James Justin the right way round.
I know, right? It's all mental like that. And I think this will be the game where they won't want to get carried away. He'll want to keep them grounded, and he won't want to then suddenly get Zaha by Crystal Palace and lose this game 3-0. So I'm actually going to go, and I think Brentford fans will be thinking they'd have snapped my hand off after the first two games if he looks at their fixtures. I'm going to go for a draw. I think they'll get 4 points after the first two games, and I don't think there's many Brentford fans out there that wouldn't be happy with that going into it.
Totally agree. I think they would be happy. Hello, Static. Welcome along, mate. What have you done with your what have you done with your Madison poster, mate? Right, I wonder.
It's on eBay. It's on eBay.
It's an opportunity. Do you know something? There's something so good about kicking Arsenal when they're down, isn't it? I don't know. More so than Tottenham for me. I don't know what it is. I think I knew what it was, and I'm looking against Arsenal personally. And I think it was just that their sort of cockiness in the fact that so many fans were saying, like, he's coming to us. He'd walk over broken glass with bare feet to come to us because we're Arsenal. And now all the fans are saying, "Oh, we never wanted him. We wanted Odegaard, really." But anyway, let's move on from Arsenal again. We can talk about them when their game comes up, and I'm sure we will. But I'm going to call you Mandy then, but Maisey.
Manda.
I burst into song. Oh, Mandy. No. Palace, Brentford. Which way are you going to go?
I'm going to go for a Brentford win. With Crystal Palace, Vieira has got such a massive challenge on his hands.
Yeah.
He's got to basically rebuild the whole team because, like, Benteke is absolutely awful. I don't even know how he is still at that club. He's a striker who can't even put anything at the back of the net. He's terrible. The defence isn't up there for me. Like you said, the only good player there is Zaha. And he's got needs to rely on the youth quite a lot to maybe get a couple of wins this season. For me though, Brentford, they've got some good players there. They've got obviously Tony. They've got I thought Mbeumo was really good against Arsenal, and I've watched him quite a lot in the Championship, and I've been really impressed with him. He's quite quick when he's that striker role alongside Tony. He's got that speed, what helps with counter attacks.
Yeah.
I even think Ethan Pinnock is really good. The centre back. They've got, I think overall Brentford have got a really good team and they work well together. It doesn't matter about the cost of the team as long as they work well together and they get them points. That's all that matters. And it obviously shown that for Leicester when they won the league. It doesn't matter how much the squad costs. Yeah. If it works, it works. And I feel like Brentford is that team where they don't cost that much, but the team just gels together and they can change the tactics with different teams as well to actually secure 3 points. So I feel like it's going to be a Brentford win for me.
Well, I agree with you, obviously. And
I tell you what, Maisey's just spoke up passionately about Brentford. I'm thinking about putting £2 on them getting in the Champions League. She's got me convincing of the I'm fancying a bit of them stats. I'm not a lover of stats, but them stats she was throwing out from watching it. Oh, I'm on this now. I'm all aboard this, Maisey.
She knows her stuff, Maisey. She knows her stuff.
What's the lottery numbers?
But it's true. For me, they've got to keep Ivan Toney fit. I think that's the big thing for them, if they can do that. But yes, very good point. You look, I said there's always one team that comes up. And Sheffield United, let's be honest with you, weren't that far from getting into the Europa on the first season up. So, so we've got two for Brentford and a draw there. Static, I'm sorry, I outbid you for that poster, mate. I just couldn't see it going to an Arsenal fan. I'm so sorry. Scott says, what did it say about Arsenal that they were so adamant to see Wenger out? And now look at them. Yeah. Same with Emery. And look, guys, we've all done it with managers, haven't we? Look at Leicester and Jimmy Bloomfield. We were so adamant as fans that we didn't like, we were playing pretty football. We had never won anything, blah, blah, blah. We ended up with Frank McClintock, and we know where that went, didn't we, Brad?
A lot of United fans are that
adamant. Oh, God.
They won the Ollie out before the game starts.
It's just got worse for Arsenal. They've just agreed a fee in principle with Sheffield United for a goalkeeper that's been relegated 3 times in the last 3 seasons. Aaron Ramsdale is moving to Arsenal. So Odegaard probably getting on the phone to his agent going, "You have screwed me over. You said Madison was going there." That has just come up on Sky Sports. My app has just told me they've agreed a fee in principle for Aaron Ramsdale. So if you thought your woes were bad now, Arsenal fans, you've got a worse keeper.
Well, they're not happy with Leno, are they? So Oh,
And
that's
he's a
right,
backup
yeah.
goalkeeper. He's a backup goalkeeper from what I've
Yeah.
heard, and they're spending
Yeah.
30 million on a backup
They did that with
goalkeeper.
Brighton. They did that with Brighton. They got Matt Ryan, didn't they, from Brighton for a backup, and he was free. At least they did some logic behind then. I think they're going to spend about 20-odd million on this bloke.
See, I don't think Leno's been any good since he stopped doing his show on American television at night.
No, Bert Leno's definitely dropped his standards a bit.
You know.
See, I got that. I was there, mate. That didn't go over my head. I'm old enough.
I love this as well, Static. Maisey's laugh.
Yeah, I have to admit, you've got a brilliant chuckle about it.
Yes.
You really do.
Honestly, you could. I will search. I'll be sat there at night thinking, what am I going to do? And I'll see you sort of doing a live stream. And if I find one that Maisey's on, I just sit there and it just makes me laugh. See that laugh? You need your laugh, Maisey, should be available on the NHS.
Oh,
and I know you don't like coming on camera, but you've got the face with the cute face to go with the laugh, But,
If you want, I can do a video just for you for $1.99 on iTunes for my laugh.
Yeah, I wondered where you were going with that then.
Hold on. This is the Leicester Till I Die, PG channel, right? Come on, guys. Come on now. We're not backstage now.
Everything is PG. Everything is PG here.
It's warm. I've put the fan on. I've gone a bit warmer here. It's not often. It's not often that I am actually lost for words, Maisey. But
I think I make you lost for words quite a lot, don't it, Chris?
You do. Oh God, honestly, I'll tell you what though. Can't wait to see the video. Facebook, you said, you're going to kill me off here. I need a drink of water. Hang on.
Get your fisherman's.
The fisherman's friend now. Julian. Get on again. It was Julian the other day with my fisherman's friend. He's back on again. You definitely got a fan. Somebody would pay here.
Oh, that's lovely. At least I know I've got secret admirers. Thanks, Facebook user.
Actually, Maisey went out because, Maisey wanted a little bit of extra money, didn't you, Maisey? So you did actually go out the other night and did some work on the streets. So we just say it like that. And you came back with £5.50. And I said, who the hell gave you 50 pence? And you said they all did.
Oh, for God's sake. Come on.
I'm here all week, guys. I'm here all week.
I'm sticking that joke because cheesy.
Yeah, go on. It's a dad joke, mate. That's typical mine.
Dad joke.
Into the LTV dating channel. There's another channel Maisey needs to check out for that, I think. But what Maisey is charging her laugh on iTunes now, that's a great idea. Honestly, it really is, Matt. It really is.
Just copyright.
If ever Leicester lose, I'm just going to message you and go, send me a recording of you laughing.
Cheer him up.
Cheer him up. Facebook use. It's not a lot of help. It's me. Yeah. Okay.
Hi, me. How you doing, me? Nice to meet you,
unless he was the one that paid 50p. I don't know. But anyway,
nice to meet you, Facebook user. I'm sure I've seen you, but I just don't know you. So nice to meet you, Facebook user. I've probably seen you somewhere walking about.
Yeah, hanging around with Instagram user as well.
Talking about things that are on the streets and cheap. Leeds United. are due to play Everton. I don't care anymore. If they take me channel down, they take me channel down. I'm past caring. It's why I always play that Premier bit at the start, so that if YouTube ever query, I can just easily cut it out because it's at the start and not in the middle of the bloody show. Maisey, let's stick with you while we're here. Leeds United, they didn't. I mean, were they bad? Did they deserve the 5-1, or were you just on fire?
Both. We were just too good for them. We've outplayed them twice out of 3 now. We outplayed them on that 6-2, what was also at home. But on the second game, it was just very unlike Leeds, and they parked the bus. For me, though, Leeds is... even though I hate the team so much, I just you can't do nothing but watch the team because their attacking play is so good to watch. I actually really enjoy watching them as like their formation and their style of play. I feel like Bielsa is doing well at the club, and I feel like it's going to be a Leeds United win, to be honest.
Wow. Okay. So let's just put Maisey in there. Brad.
I think Bielsa needs to wise up a little bit. I think he needs to pick his games a bit more carefully, because if you look back at their results over last season, when they got beat, they got beat. I remember we put 4 past them, didn't we? Beat them 4-1 or 3-1. You guys, Manchester United, beat them. I think you scored 6 the last time out as well. You scored 5.
6-2,
That's not. Yeah, you don't want. You start the season with a 5-1 defeat. I've always been an advocate that I believe the Premier. Now, I could be wrong here, but the Premiership table is decided by points you earn, not goals you score, or how well you play football, or how creative you think your football is. Credit where credit's due. Bielsa is a good manager, but I think he needs to pick his fights a bit better. I can't say anything more than Everton win. I think this is second season syndrome, and Leeds could, if they don't get a result in the next couple of games, even though it's early doors, that 5-1 is going to play on the mind. We've seen it before, don't we? We remember a certain Smolton Wanderers beat us 5-0 on the open day of the season. And we know all now how that season went. We don't want to relive that. But Leeds have got to be careful. They've just got themselves playing some nice football and looking good. They want to be one of them few teams that avoids the second season syndrome. I don't think they will start this week. Everton, for me, are winning this game. Because I was surprised that Everton, with their result last week, Benitez got them off to a start. So, yeah, Everton for me.
Now, I've got to be honest with you. I actually had Leeds down as one of my surprise packages of this, of this year. And I had a feeling they could probably do a Leicester and an Aston Villa. And I'm not saying going on to win the Premier League, but making that second season count. Like you say, not having the Hull City, the Blackpool, the Sheffield United second season syndrome. They turn it around and have a good second season, as Villa did, in fairness, last season. Everton, they'd had Ancelotti. They'd bought some, let's be honest with you, I thought they'd bought some really good players in. They'd splashed the cash, as they say. But obviously Ancelotti walked out on them. And, if you kind of get it that it's Real Madrid. There is a hierarchy in these things, Man United will always technically be able to draw players from Leicester. Real Madrid will always be able to draw players from Manchester United. It is that sort of a thing with football. But Benitez is a very, very shrewd manager. And I think he's a brilliant. If Everton fans get past he managed Liverpool, yes, he did, but he's got no association with Liverpool. So I think he's a good. I think he's a good choice. I really, really do. And I'm going to go for the Everton win as well. And I think they're going to do pretty well this season, Everton. Next up, we've got the Tale of Two Cities, Manchester, who, like I say, may be going back to Aston Villa and asking for the money back, and Norwich, who may be doing what Norwich always do, which is come up and go down and come up and go down, like a horse pants on a busy night. So, Maisey, what are you going to go for this one?
It's going to be nothing but a Manchester City win for me. Norwich is just such a yo-yo team, in and out, in and out. They might as well shake it all about whilst they're at it as well. But
again, that's the adult version of the show.
But Norwich, they're not even a good team whatsoever. Like, yeah, they done well for the first 60 minutes, and Liverpool didn't score that many at the time, but against them, but I can't see nothing but a Manchester City win whatsoever. So even if they score 2-0, I feel like they're going to win. They could probably put their C team out and probably beat Norwich.
Although, well, they couldn't beat us with their well, I say that was their B team, they reckon, that they put out with the full of youngsters at Wembley for the Super Cup, the English Super Cup. Community Shield, it.
I didn't know 100 million substitutes were C team.
Well, that they started with, but when you look at their back four, even that they put out in that team cost more than our home, our whole team put together. And I think even if they don't play Grealish or whatever, I still can't see anything. I agree with you there, Maisey. I can't see anything but a Manchester City win. Sorry, Norwich, you got a great strip this season, but you're going back down, and this is not a good. It's not a good start for you with Liverpool and Man City. Are you going to make it a full house? Our first full house there, Brad?
Yeah, I am. Norwich have not impressed me since they've come up. You lose Buendia, you still win with a chance of losing Cantwell. Your striker proved he can do it in the Championship, but can't do it in the Premiership because he didn't score sod all after the first couple of weeks. Timo Pukki. He's Dwight Gale. Anyone knows Dwight Gale's Championship record? It's phenomenal, but he can't seem to do it at in the Premiership when he's played in there. And Timo Pukki just reeks of a player that's just not quite got it about him. And I believe he's in his 30s. It's not everyone in the 30s who cracks out to be a top Premier League striker like Jamie Vardy. They just haven't impressed me. They haven't impressed me, and I think they're going to go and add to their record, and they're going to go down. And I think this is going to be a kick-in. I think Manchester City are going to be angry. Harry Kane will be watching on in anticipation because he's not gone to Portugal with Tottenham. So, yeah, I think Man City. I just can't past it. I just can't see any other result.
You know what I'm loving about you these days, Brad, is these little digs that you're getting in about how good Leicester are all the time. I'm loving it. I'll tell you.
I know. I'm good to this channel, aren't I, mate?
You are. No, not everybody can have a good older striker. You're quite right there. So coming up, what have we got here? Now this, I'm going to hand this one straight back to you, Brad, to start this one. I'm glad I'm not having to go down and watch this. Brighton and Hove against Watford.
Well, this has the last on match of the day written all over it, doesn't it?
Oh, we say that, but I mean, Brighton beat Burnley, and of course Watford beat Villa.
Yeah, but we don't like Watford because we're still sour grapes about that playoffs. And Brighton, to the greatest respect, I don't get the hype around Graham Potter. I don't think he's that great a manager. I think he's average. I think he could. You remember Mark Hughes and Tony Pulis when they kind of kept Stoke up by playing dull as dishwater football? They got Peter Crouch in and just hoofed it up to him. I remember when they did that, when they had like Glenn Murray, he kept them in the Premiership for a few years because he was getting a ball hoofed into him. It's got 0-0. I know we're not doing a score thing, but I think this is going to be that last on the day, boring, not a lot of goals game, but I'm going for a draw. Someone's optimistic. What's Facebook been drinking? I think there's going to be 4 goals between them. And if you're right,
I had to put that up just, and that's Pete again. So we don't know what he could be drinking, but I had to put that up just as you said. It's going to be a boring 0-0. And somebody who again sounds like they've been out on the streets too often. Infected Fox.
Sorry. We don't need to know about your personal life with these names.
I love that name, but if you want, you can get some cream for that these days. Infected Fox, just a bit.
Just don't let it go gangrene. You'll be all right.
David, and thanks very much, David. Yeah, it says great show, good laughs all around. We like to have a laugh here. We certainly do. And then David has added Brighton to win 2-0. I believe Watford got lucky beating Villa, so this will be the comeuppance, if you will. Would you comeuppance, Maisey? Which way are you going to go for?
I'm probably going to go with a draw, to be honest. It's one of them games where Brighton and Watford is really hard to predict because Brighton, they're not really the best, in my opinion. Watford, they're basically all strikers, no defenders, so they're gonna bound to concede, in my opinion. But I can't even see either of them winning because I feel like Watford's gonna go down, Brighton's gonna be in the second half of the table, so it's just gonna be a very boring game. It's gonna be a game where if pay-per-view's still on, it probably would have charged us £15 to watch it because it charged all the rubbish teams to play on that.
Man United on it.
Man United were never on that pay-per-view. I'm sure I've seen Leicester on one now. Maybe all the games are on pay-per-view.
Actually, we were on a pay-per-view, and I paid, and we lost. And
Hold on, no, I thought our pay-per-view game was when we played Arsenal and beat them.
No, I think ours was against Villa. I can't remember, but I know I paid for one Leicester game, and we lost.
Oh, yeah, no, we lost anyway.
If this game does end up 4-4, we're all going to absolutely look stupid, aren't we?
It won't matter in this one. It'll matter in the long ball, but it won't matter on this because we'll still get the point for the draw, mate. I'll be happy if it's 8-all. I couldn't care. You've just proven me wrong. 1-0.
Now, I'm going to agree with everybody because I don't get this Graham Potter is brilliant hype either. You know, he's done nothing, and I think that was purely Spurs fans got to about the 5th choice as manager, having turned them down. Potter was number 6, and because they thought they might get him, they had to start saying how good he was. But no, he's done nothing. He's got a team that, yes, they had plenty of shots, but had one of the worst conversion rates in the Premier League. I wouldn't be surprised to see Brighton again go down. They fall into that category, like I said earlier, of teams that just manage to stay up, and you're thinking, like, for God's sake, go down and give us a break. So I'm going to join the both of you, and I don't know if it'll be goalless or there'll be 1-1, but I'm going to go for the draw as well. Next game, I presume we're all going to go for a home win. And it's Southampton.
It's April Fool's Day.
I was timing that. Let's go to Maisey first, because I'm sure she's chomping at the bit. Southampton, Manchester United, 0-9 again.
Well, I wish it was that 9-0 win again, but no, Manchester United, it's got to be a win for them. Southampton, they've lost a few key players there, and I feel like that's going to come to bite them a lot. They lost their best defender, Vestergaard, lost him to use. I actually think he's a really good buyer, actually. He's like one of them strong players, and when like a striker comes up to him, you'd feel like scared going up to him, just like having an argument with him. Yeah, he's a big guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
And as well, they've lost Danny Ings. Even though I don't think Danny Ings performed as best as he could have done last season, he's still better than Shea Adams. I'd start him any day of the week over Shea Adams because I just feel like Shea Adams misses far too much. And there's also rumours that they're losing Ward-Prowse as well, which isn't going to look good. And I actually think if that does happen, Southampton could potentially get relegated. Manchester United win all the way. Hopefully it's a clean sheet. Fingers crossed if Varane plays, but we'll just have to see. But Man United win 100 million, 1,000 trillion %.
How often have I told you not to exaggerate? I've got to be honest with you. I agree. Southampton have lost. I mean, they're losing key players, and I can't see them. Yeah, they've bought a guy in from Blackburn, is it? But they're not. They're losing, the 3 or 4, and they're not extending that squad. And they saw that like last season against yourself, the youngsters aren't there. I think they may just stay up, but I can't see past a Man United win. To be honest with you, it pains me to admit it, Maisey, but I have to agree with you. And I think it could be, I don't think it'll be a 9, but I think it could be embarrassing. If you can put 5 past Leeds, then there's no reason you can't put 4 or 5 past this Southampton side, I'll tell you. And you're not going to clip that out and use it against me later in the season.
Well, in 2 games, we scored 12 goals against them.
Well, between you and us, we got 18, didn't we, over 2 seasons? Brad, full house? Got to be.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, mate. Southampton have no commander at the back. We've taken another defensive unit in Bertrand, which has further improved us. You know, everybody kept saying you can't keep selling your best players to Southampton B's team. I mean, Liverpool, you can't keep selling your best players to them and not invest it. Again, a bit like Norwich, I'm not impressed with what they've been doing with the money they keep getting for these players. You know, they've lost, like Maisey said, they've lost Danny Ings. They haven't learned from Che Adams. They've brought again from Championship. I remember we were linked with him. I didn't see the interest in him. He didn't look that good in the Championship. He was getting very overhyped. He's not kicked in at Southampton. You know, laughing and joking aside, this could be close to that 9-0. I really do feel for Southampton. I think they've had their team ripped apart. If rumours hurt up about Ward-Prowse, his head will be turned. And I think he'll be out the door if they get beat heavily again. Not just because it's Manchester United. I honestly think they could be playing anybody, even Norwich, and I think they'd lose. That's how bad I think Southampton are going to suffer this season. So, yeah, full house, mate. Manchester United, very, very comfortable. Come on, Sam. Come on, Sam. Sorry, mate. I muted myself. Sorry.
Make the most of that, Maisey. We're all behind Man United for once. So we're going to have a quick break while we before we come and finish the predictions off. We'll be right back.
The Premier League is back, and we've got it all covered here on Leicester Till I Die TV. Subscribe.
Premier League is back, and not only that, but also back. And I've got to be careful I don't spit my fisherman's friend out when I say this, but the Shit Shirt Show is back. Yes, you thought you'd seen the last of me wearing my shit shirt. Well, tomorrow it is back, because tomorrow we were supposed to have the quiz show. It was going to be a Norwich fan, but unfortunately, and we wish him all the best, and our thoughts go to him, but he's had a few problems, family problems. So our thoughts go out to Canary Cast there and hope that everything's going to be as well as it can be. And I know it's got, it's bad. So I had to do a quick rearrange. So tomorrow, if you remember, we did the Shit Shirt Show for all the home shirts. I think Man United were about the sixth worth, I think, and Leicester obviously were the best. Tomorrow night, it's the Shit Shirt Show Part 2. The revenge. No, it's the away shirts tomorrow. So we're going to be looking at everybody's away shirts, and I'm going to be putting them in the order that I think they will be. The order I like them, basically. And it's my show, so you agree with me or you don't.
You'll have to mention about City's third shirt. That's the disgusting shirt.
We're not going for third shirts because I don't like ours.
Wonder why.
When you said Shit Shirt Show, I thought you were going to say you was going to get a picture of a Wally with an Arsenal shirt with Madison on the back.
Oh, who knows? But yeah, so tomorrow night at 7, Shit Shirt Show Part 2, the away edition. It's a bit of a laugh, and you can argue or disagree with me. Like I say, really don't care. But I'm going to count them down. So we'll start with the best one, which will be the number 20, and then we'll count down to number 1. And it's not number 1 isn't the best, number 1 is the shittest. So there we go. So Terry says he wanted to put 3 bankers on Man United, but he's only allowed 1. Yeah, that's the prediction show. And as Terry says there, don't forget to join our prediction league. Go to www.thelongball.com. I'm sorry, .net, longball.net, and join up. So back to the predictions. Brad, let's come to you first. The next game, which is Wolverhampton Wanderers against Tottenham Hotspur. One-off last week for Spurs?
Yeah, it was a one-off. They were living off that. It's amazing, isn't it, how you can go from hero to villain in one week, in a heartbeat. They were all saying Levy's this, Levy's that, effing and jeffing. People that we know, Chris, have said the same. The second Harry Kane gets a hint that he wants to go, okay, you're nothing without us, So the players that played that week and the fans got behind them, and I get it, it happens. And I'm not saying all the fans are like that. I'm just saying the big majority that you see that kind of plug Facebook and ruin everybody's life, decide to hype it up as if he's nothing. I think it's disgusting the way you can treat someone like that, because at least he's trying to do it on his terms. He was made of some form of agreement. I hate to say this, and it's not just because my dad supports them, because we spoke about this before, Chris. You know that. I was actually kind of impressed because they gave us more than a few scary moments. It's lucky for us that Traore is fast but crap when it comes to shooting, because he did escape us a few times. I actually am going to go for a Wolves win. I think Wolves win this one.
I mean, they did do well against us in the second half, didn't they?
Yeah. Without creating too much, but I believe I saw enough of them to think if that Raul Jimenez gets himself, in this game and he gets a goal for them early, that will get them right up. He'll get Spurs up against the wall, and all of a sudden it won't be Jose that was washed up. It'll be this team's just crap. I think this is the chance where a team like Wolves can knock the stuffing out of Spurs early doors, and they can stop thinking they're going to win all the trophies again, like they do every season. So yeah, Wolves win.
Maisey?
Honestly, especially after that 6-1 win, and then the fans were at us like rabbits. I actually despise Tottenham.
You like rabbits?
Yes, like rabbits. Rabbits.
As in trying to create like a Tottenham Hotspur Man United clone or something.
Like they want to have little rabbit droppings on us. They want to bite us. They're
just cuddly little rabbits, Right, you've been watching Watership Down.
But I really despise Tottenham. And
don't let that cloud your judgment. Say what you think, Maisy.
I will. And as well, I'm so disappointed in Nuno leaving to go to Spurs. He's just downgraded. But Wolves, for me, I know they've got Jimenez back, and that is a good win to get back. However, Wolves are just more of a team where they just want to sit back. Spurs is a team who wants to sit back. For me, it's just going to be a draw. It's going to be a very boring game.
A draw. Although, Tottenham could, if they're in the mood, they could be at it like rabbits.
I hope they're not at it like rabbits.
Let's not forget as well that Tottenham are currently playing their qualifier. I don't know if it's today, but I know because it was announced.
Is it tomorrow? Yeah. I think it's tomorrow. They're playing that.
I think it's Thursday,
conference.
They're in Portugal. The only reason I know that, because I don't follow them, I don't have a clue, is because Sky wet themselves saying Kane's not gone with them.
Yeah,
like he was never going to go with them. He's only just returned back to training. How conveniently he comes back to training. He's not doing himself any favours for their fans, is he? No. Bless him.
No. I'm torn on this one because, and I still just can't get this thought of Tottenham Hotspur playing like rabbits from Watership Down out of my mind. But it's just out of all the things.
The fans, they don't play like rabbits. They play like turtles.
They were at us like rabbits. I mean, it's just like,
the fans were at us like rabbits, whereas the players play like turtles, and then when they have to be quick, like near the end of the race. Do you get what I mean?
You are too young, Maisy, to remember, but for those of us at a certain age, I can't get out of my mind now. If anybody remembers the goodies, as in goody, yum, yum, and the giant cat on the BT Tower, that is just what's springing to mind now. These giant rabbits all coming out of the Tottenham Stadium. Now, the problem...
You're gonna have to clip her laugh, mate. We're gonna have to have it on.
I am. I'm gonna clip it, and I'm gonna make it a jingle.
Yeah,
if you don't mind,
we'll save it for when Leicester beat one of the big six. We'll save it for them. We'll just play Maisey's laugh for our post match. Don't even need me on, mate. We'll just get her laugh on a loop.
Yeah.
I want on your intro. I want on your intro.
I'm going to add you to my intro. I will add you to my intro. Right, I'm torn with this one because Tottenham have got Nuno, so he will know how most of that Wolverhampton side play. But Wolves are going to go out, and if the rumours that you hear are true, he kind of was losing some of the players towards the end, so maybe they've got a point to prove against him. Will Kane appear, or is Kane just winding down, getting ready for his move? I just think we've got two sides here that are going to cancel each other out. I really do. I'm going to go for a draw as well, and we are down to possibly the two biggest games of the weekend. If you take out Crystal Palace and Brentford, of course, these are probably the two biggest games. Maisey, Arsenal, Chelsea.
The biggest games? Are you sure? Because I thought Man United was the biggest games. Because Arsenal.
No, you're playing Southampton. You're playing Southampton.
You're already playing a team going down towards the Championship and League One. That's not really a big game. That's just an extra friendly you've got snuck in there.
Every Man United game is the biggest game in the Premier League.
Since when?
Since when I said.
Oh, well, I'm not going to argue with facts, mate. I'm not going to argue with facts. I'm never argue with a woman. Facts, so.
Do you want your residuals paying for, Maisey?
Yes, please. £10 per laugh. I've got my price.
Well, I had heard, but I wasn't going to say anything,
35p now.
Yes. Buy one, get one free Fridays. Sorry, my mind going to places.
You know what? I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you some holy water, so you can just baptize yourself every time before you come on this show, so you can cleanse yourself of this filth you come out with.
It's amazing.
It's not me.
Oh, it's you that needs baptizing, is it? Just
no, I'm a sweet little angel, and it's all Chris.
Yeah.
Okay. I can mute you, Maisey. Maisey, can I just ask a serious question? Because obviously, those of us that know you well know you at the younger age of the, end of the age scale rather than sort of my end of the age scale. Have you ever actually seen Man United actually win anything?
Oh, of course I've seen them win. I remember I remember United winning quite a lot, actually. So I'm not that young.
Name something, Maisey. Name something.
Name something. Well, the last time, obviously, they won the trophy, how old was it? I'm trying to think how old I was now. I was either 17 or 18, and that was when we won the Europa League. I can't remember which age I was now. But obviously, I remember United winning the league. In 2013 with Sir Alex Ferguson. I obviously remember when we won the double in 2008.
You've had to Google this. Yeah.
Hey, I've just got full-on ball knowledge. Did you not hear how passionate? Ball knowledge.
Ball knowledge.
I told you, we're not advertising this again. Stop it.
Did you not hear how passionate I was speaking about Brentford? Even Brad said.
Can I just say, Maisey on Mastermind, next contestant is Maisey, and your specialist subject is balls.
We need holy water.
That is the clip. Right. Maisey, Arsenal, Chelsea. What are you going for?
Chelsea, and I'm more certain about them. That is the game I'm most certain with the whole week. Chelsea to win. Arsenal is going to flop. Chelsea's going to score 2, 3, possibly even 4 if Lukaku plays. So it's a Chelsea win, 110,000 million trillion %.
Oh, that wasn't as big as the last one you said.
No.
Brad, I know which way I think you're going to swing.
I'm looking forward to next season already, mate. I'm looking forward to Birmingham City playing FC Banter in the Championship. It's Chelsea, mate. It's easy. They're a train wreck, Arsenal. They've just lost to Brentford. Unfortunately, this does mean now the media can stop pulling one off over Maddison to Arsenal and go back to linking Brendan to the job. I don't know why Brendan would leave European football for certain relegation, but, that's it. That's up to the press to put them stories out there. Chelsea are going to batter them, mate. I'd be very, very surprised if anybody goes against Chelsea winning this game. It just two teams polar opposites to how they're prepared for the season. One's got a decent manager in with Romelu Lukaku, who won the Serie A with Inter Milan. The other one's got a manager who can't put the cones out in the right direction. You decide who's going to win the game. Chelsea, mate.
One of them have just made a signing of £50 million for a top-class defender that can't follow the bounce of a ball when it bounces over his head. Yeah, I can't see the Chelsea win.
If I recall, he also falls on his ass when he plays against Rashford. So, you know.
No, that's just because he realises he's still got David Luiz as a teammate, or is he gone as well?
He's gone. He's gone on a free. And you know what? Saying something, David Luiz is their best centre-back. And that was saying something.
Oh, right. Okay. Now, so we've all gone there. Full house. Sorry, Arsenal fans. I just can't see it happening. And the problem is, and I'm going to ask you this, Brad, and then I'll come and ask you the same question, Maisey, because we've had a period and we had Claude Puel that we didn't want. We wanted out. That we were quite vocal about that. And Maisey, there's been over the last few years, well, let's go back to Louis van Gaal. There was a big section of your fan base that wanted him out. Would you want your team to lose games so that the board would sack? I'll come to you first, Brad. Would you want Leicester to lose games so that we sacked Claude Puel?
No.
I'm not sure if Brad can hear us.
No, it's never. I don't understand how fans could. Sorry, someone tried to ring me and it's completely messed. It's catching up the video and everything. It's taking a second.
Have a play with
No, I never wanted. I wanted Paul out.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's gone. Nobody ring. He should send out a notice in one of those centre walls. Don't ring me for the next hour. Maisie, if you wanted Van Gaal out to lose so that, Man United to lose so that the board would sack the manager?
No matter what, you should never want your team to win if you want it doesn't matter if you want your manager in, out, or if he's sitting on the fence. You should want your team to play at 110% every single game. You want your players to have the best performances. You want to win trophies. You get like United fans now, they want us to lose so Ollie is out. You see Ollie trending Ollie out on social media trending, and you just think it's awful. You shouldn't want that. And then you get I know it's only like a little award to the Premier League, like manager of the month. They'll vote a rival manager so Ollie doesn't win, so he can get sacked. It's just unbelievable. You should just want your team to win every single week. And I'm honestly, how people want the team to lose because they want the manager sacked, it just baffles me.
I have seen it with not all, but just a small section of Arsenal fans that have been saying that. Pete saying here he wanted Puel gone but never wanted Leicester to lose. Exactly. But Brad, I'm going to come to you first for this one. West Ham United last season surprise package. I thought they were punching above their weight last season. We know that they did one over on us at the start of last season because we underestimated them. And, of course, they did start off with that win against Newcastle. What are you going to go for with this one?
It's always tricky going up against West Ham side, no matter their form. But we touched on it. The Leicester performance for the majority against Wolves was reminiscent of that run we went on when we obviously not only when we stayed up in the Great Escape part of it, but also when we won the league, where we won games and shut oppositions out. I don't think for a second we're going to be as naive and attacking as Newcastle were and open as them. And I'm going to go for a Leicester win. I think it'll be a close game. And I'm going to just put my neck on the line and say Leicester get off to the start. I think Leicester's season with Europa League coming up after the international break, I believe it will be in September, we'll want to get as many points on the board as possible and correcting mistakes like losing to Leeds at home, losing to Fulham at home, losing West Ham, who I believe did double over us last season. That they're the results that a few players that have been interviewed after them games said we need to iron out, or that's why they joined to help stop these results happening. And I think Leicester will win this one. I think it'll be close. Might see another 1-0, but I'm gonna back my team to win. I'm gonna back them on this occasion to get off to a maximum start.
1-0, 5-1. It's all 3 points, isn't it, Maisey?
Yeah,
Which way are you going to go for?
I am going to go for a Leicester win.
Whoa.
I know I'm being extremely kind, and you probably got heart eyes in your eyes right now, thinking, "Wow, these are music to my ears."
I'm becoming all emotional.
You can definitely come on again, Maisey.
For me, I feel like Leicester, they're much better side than West Ham. They're very good defensively. They've obviously got some really good key attacking players, like Vardy being one. Also, I can't wait to see a bit more of Harvey Barnes as well, because he can score a good couple of goals when he's fully fit. I know, Chris, I'm getting you all emotional.
I'm becoming so emotional.
You know what? If I ever win any major awards, I'm definitely giving you a shout out in the speech, Mace. This has cheered me right up.
Just think of me when Leicester wins another trophy. You just think of me then. I dedicate this award to Maisey because she backs Leicester City against West Ham.
That's the bit that I'm going to clip. That
was before the rest of that sentence.
That was going to be my what was I going to say? My ringtone. Leicester City are too good to win this. I'm going to say. I find it really, really hard to back against my own team. It is early in the season. West Ham did actually get a good result last week. I'm tempted towards the draw, but I haven't got the screen up, so I couldn't see what you were doing then, Brad, because I'd got the other screen up to write it in and just heard these grunting noises.
You won't want to know what he was doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't. I would turn my camera off in a second just so get it out of the way.
I can see steam coming out of Brad's ears right now. Look what you've done, Chris.
But I think, I don't know whether you know, Brad, whether Bertrand will be back or not. Or even his English cousin Bertrand.
Yeah, I know. It all depends when he was diagnosed with his positive test. If that was done, I think maybe that was. I don't think Leicester were ever going to dilly-dally with Vestergaard, but they maybe thought, if necessary, to have someone fill that centre-back spot, we'd rather make sure we got him in and get the deal done so he can play like he did when he came on Saturday to push the deal through. So we definitely had a solid thing.
Marty had a great game in the Super Cup final.
Yes, we can't get that.
He had an awful game against Wolves.
People are a bit harsh on that. That Traore is an incredible pace. He didn't just leave the Marty in his heart.
To me, a Marty, and I like a Marty, and we should keep hold of him. To me, he's a squad player, and he stood up again. We could argue that until sort of the changes were made in the Super Cup final, that I'm going to call it that. Always, that he was up against kids, if you like, but he did what he had to do, and he had a very probably man of the match almost in the Wembley game. But the Wolves game was like, the older Marty's back. If we play Vestergaard from the off, because I think we probably could do now because he's been with us a week and a bit, so he'd be up there to ready to play. Not necessarily Luke Thomas, because there's nothing wrong with Luke Thomas, but Bertrand again comes back in to give us that. Then I think we will sneak the win. And I'm going on the strength of us bringing those two players back in. I am going to go for full house and go a Leicester City win. So there we go, guys. We've got a Liverpool. Well, nobody's got any hope for Burnley whatsoever. Sorry, Dan, if you ever play this back and watch this, but Burnley a shite, basically, we're saying there. Along with Newcastle, an awful lot better, and Palace. Everton Leeds could go either way. Norwich, thanks for popping in. That's all I can say to Norwich City. See you in 2 years' time. We think Brighton Watford is going to be a snooze fest. Southampton.
Sorry, you just mentioned it, put me asleep.
Southampton need to sort of, I think, definitely
Not
need
to.
to. Yeah. I think they just need to build a brick wall so United don't get 10. I can see you. Maisey, really. I can see you just running riot. I really can.
I'm gonna be, like dancing around, like doing the boogie and all that when United win.
Now there's a thought. Don't blame it on the sunshine.
I'll just get on the table and shout, "We're top of the league! We're top of the
league!" Like I said,
I'm going to subscribe just to see that live, Maisey. I just want to see that live. So you better not lose now, because if I subscribe and you lose, I'm going to be very disappointed not to see you do the table dance. I would, it's not on there.
Maisey table dancing. That's another show that's shown up way past midnight. Can I just say that I do actually believe that was Brad that brought that bit of the conversation down.
I'm innocent until proven guilty, or until this gets clipped and prove it is me.
But I think we're basically saying, Maisey, that you are going to absolutely tank Southampton. Tottenham, we don't like you. It's as simple as that. Sorry, guys. and Arsenal, I don't know. I can't even insult them anymore. I'm just past caring. I think this season Arsenal are just going to be one of these teams that is just there, and that's how kind of making the numbers up. And West Ham, I was edging towards the draw. West Ham, I was going to give you a little bit of a chance, but we will see. You did play Newcastle last week, which is probably a bit of an unfair way to judge you, because I think most people are going to beat West Ham. Pete, you really need to go off and have a cold shower, mate. I'll tell you, and get some bromide in your tea. Maisey, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I've really enjoyed it.
Oh, we've enjoyed it, Bruce, Dan. Your laugh is contagious. It's brilliant. That's definitely getting used by Chris in the videos coming forward.
I'm blushing now. I'm blushing so much.
Maisey, and I will ask you this now. Do you want your laugh being used in the jingle?
Put it on your intro when you've got a deal.
Right, okay. I'll try and add it onto the intro. But you see, I cannot use it without permission, because I would never. You
can do it on the countdown bit where you can do 10 laughs, 9 laughs, 8 laughs, 7 laughs.
I think right at the end when it gets to 0, you can hear. Carry on. I want a really long one of you just laughing. Again, your new channel. All the best with it, Maisey.
Thank you very much for that.
Give it a shout. Again, the link to Maisey's channel is in the link below. Maisey, stay on at the end. I just want a quick word with you when the intro's finished. But go and click on that and give her a sub. Give it a shout out again, Maisey.
My YouTube name is Devils United, and it will be getting streamed on twice a week to discuss Man United content, and it'll be other team content or question and answers.
And table dancing lessons.
Yeah, that's it as well. I might do some like Bollywood dancing and everything yet. I've not made my mind up.
She's
that confident of a win.
I'm just very disappointed, Maisey, that you didn't call your YouTube channel, start it off with 2 underscores, Devils United TV.
Everything's got 2 underscores, honestly. I don't know what I like about the underscores. It's always got 2 underscores. My Twitter, my Instagram, everything's got 2 underscores.
You're the underscore girl. Brad, thank you very much as always, sir. I will see you Saturday evening.
Yeah, definitely. When we're talking about either we're distracting ourselves with Maisey's laugh and talking about this show, or we're talking about Leicester winning. Either way, it'll be fun.
Yeah. If we lose, I'm just going to play an hour's worth of Maisey's laugh over and over and over again, just to cheer us all up. But thanks, guys. Stay in the chat. We'll have a quick chat afterwards. Thanks very much for coming on. Great show. Let's see how we do next Wednesday. Thanks a lot, Maisey. Thanks a lot, Brad.
Thanks.
No worries.
Thanks. One hell of an amazing laugh there. It really is. She's like, you know, one of those machines you get on the pier, and you put your 5p in or 10p, whatever it is, and go, and they're laughing like that. That's what it reminds me of. Anyway, seriously now, back tomorrow. Please don't forget, it's Shit Shirt Thursday with the Shit Shirt Show number 2. I just love saying that. And we are going to be looking at the away shirts from the best to the worst. And Maisey may not be too happy. We'll see. But thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget, you've got the Prediction League coming up. Bronze Plumber, good evening. Sneaking in at the end there. As always, Plumber, you're late. I could have put money on that, couldn't I? Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, thelongball.net. Join on now. It's free to join. Leicester Till I Die TV is the league. Contact me or Brad, and we will add you to the league. Don't worry about that. Have a bit of fun. You've just got to predict the scores and pick three bankers that you think will do well. So there's no hours and hours and hours of trying to work out what's best. See you tomorrow at 7. Thanks for joining us. Thanks again to Maisey. Thanks to Brad. And we'll see you all tomorrow at 7. Good night.
Hello, Matt Elliott here. Be sure to watch Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube and follow all their social media platforms for all the latest updates and news on Leicester City Football Club.
Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye and see you next time.
To an end. But the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.